1.7 million going to fly. Another 2.2 million will travel via other modes, buses, trains, or cruise. And while these are record travel figures, the year-over-year increase is actually the smallest in more than a decade, according to AAA. The Auto Group Club says that while travel demand is still high, it's these higher fuel prices and inflation that are impacting trips. Gas prices nationwide reaching an average of $4.53 a gallon. That is up more than $1 compared to this time last year. Want to bring in trusted Travel Girl founder and travel expert Valerie Joy Wilson to give us some insight. First and foremost, on 45 million people traveling this Memorial Day weekend, what are the top destinations?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of destinations within the US. Most people really, though, they're not traveling more than 100 miles by car. But it's Orlando, we've got Seattle, New York, and then shockingly, we do have some international destinations, and the top one is Rome right now. So I've heard that's very busy at the moment.
I love Rome, one of my favorite cities, and the food is just to die for. So I wish I'm among those going to Rome.
Girl, me too.
I know all of us do. We know that 3.7 million people are going to be taking to the airways. And, we're hearing, according to AAA, the average round trip ticket for a domestic flight, those staying here stateside, this weekend is about $800. And that's actually 6% cheaper compared to last year. If gas prices are, so high right now, why aren't more people flying this weekend?
Well, more people aren't flying this weekend because a lot of people that have booked when those jet fuel prices were down like several months ago. A lot of people booked this weekend in advance, but any of those last minute travelers, which there are a ton of, are not taking to the skies this year. They're staying a little closer to home and they are hitting the road. But there are still a lot of people that are in the skies, and it's going to be a busy weekend. It doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you're traveling, it's going to be busy.
Yeah, it's one of those weekends where we say the cliche, pack your patience, especially on the airways, because we know there's those cancellations and delays. And speaking of that, recent data from the Department of Transportation has found that air travel has been a lot less reliable, this year compared to prior years. You've got nearly 1/4 of flights, which is 1.66 million flights, were either delayed, canceled, or diverted in 2025. That's actually the worst on-time performance in about a decade, a little over a decade, since 2014. What do you think are behind these numbers? And would you say 2026 has been a bit more the same? We're almost halfway through this year.
Absolutely, Alicia. So we have seen these numbers of these delays increase, and it's gotten a little crazy, but the airlines are a little disjointed with the fuel costs rising. They've had to cut certain routes. So we've seen that in the last few months. But, I think that there's some really great tips to get around these delays. The first one is, like to suggest that you download. First of all, make sure that the airline has your information. Make sure when you put your reservation in, that you're giving them your phone number so that they can text you with any updates, any alerts, any delays or cancellations. But also make sure that you already have the airline's customer service phone number plugged in. Make sure you're connected to them on X, formerly known as Twitter. That's what I find to be the fastest way to get customer service if you can't break through on the phone. But I love the apps Flighty and Flight Radar 24. A lot of the time, they are going to send you information
Oh,
before you
wow.
will even hear from the airline. So those are really important tools to have to see if your flight's delayed. And then if you do have a delayed flight, I think this is a great time to book on another airline with points. This is a great time to use your points and miles because you can always back it up with your points and miles. And the great thing about those is they're always 100% refundable right up until the time of boarding.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's actually a really good tip. Valerie, always with the good information for us, helping travelers pack their patience and get to their destinations, enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. Trusted travel expert Valerie Joy Wilson, thank you so much.
Take care.
All right, drivers and fans, they're gearing up for the greatest spectacle in racing.